Hey everyone, welcome back to the Inspired Method YouTube channel. I'm Trevor Sammons, and this is John Mackenzie from Staff Leverage, who's going to be talking to us today about digital marketing in the modern world. And the biggest problem that we find small businesses have is the ability to attract customers. And today we're going to be talking about the need for not only short-term sales, but a long-term strategy. And John is the expert in this. He's been my mentor and friend for the last year or so, and I've learned a ton from him, so I know that he's going to share a lot of value for all of our small businesses and other digital marketers out there who are watching our channel. And so John, get us started with how you face this with the businesses that you have.
Well, I think first things first is most businesses that we know today still operate in a brick and mortar traditional way, and we've got to transition businesses from that brick and mortar transition into the modern age, the digital age.
Okay.
And I think that when we look at digital marketers, our responsibility is to not only help in doing it, but it's also educating and coaching and even mentoring, helping that transition. Now, when we look at digital marketing in the modern world, we've got two major components that sit in the digital marketing space, and it's strategic marketing and it's tactical marketing.
Okay.
And a lot of businesses and even digital agencies out in the modern world today, they don't understand the difference between them. So, and what makes it even more complex is we've got traditional marketing methods that do that as well. So traditional marketing methods are radio, TV, print. Now these traditional methods have been failing and will continue to fail in the next number of years. So now, the challenge that most most business owners have is we've only got limited budgets.
Right.
Okay? So the limited budget that we do have is only, say, 2%, 1%, 3% of our overall income or revenue line. Yeah. So it means that what we spend, we've got to spend wisely.
Right.
That's what it means. Mm-hmm. So when we understand strategic marketing and tactical marketing, we need to understand why we're doing what we do. So tactical marketing is typically short-term activities that's going to help us in the digital age. Okay, it's going to help us in the next 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks stimulate sales and make those sales happen.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of things that we do in that space would be like social media ads, Google traffic ads, like Google ads. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get businesses or our customers be more aware and take that buy action now. So that's what our tactical marketing is there for. Now, the problem with tactical marketing is it often doesn't build stronger pathways or planks to the medium to long-term sales pathways, whether it be branding or whether it be conversion of sales.
Right. So getting those repeat and referral customers in long-term business.
Absolutely.
Rather than just a one-time hit.
Yeah, we want more than just a one-time hit, because if all we do as digital marketers is just help, get people on the merry-go-round, they hop off and they don't come back on again, then we're making money, and unfortunately our businesses, our customers aren't making money. Yeah. And we're here to help our customers make money, to get good return on investment, good ROI. So we're trying to get the right balance of tactical marketing, strategic marketing. And a lot of things that sit around strategic marketing is branding for the business and building the brand and building a recognisable brand that has great reputation and it stands for something. So you know all about that.
Yeah.
But the other aspects that we do are things like search engine optimization, whether it be in traditional or voice, where we're building longer term benefit cycles and repeat cycles and strength to that particular business. So strategic marketing isn't about tomorrow, it's actually about in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months time. So that's what our difference between strategic marketing and tactical marketing really is.
That's really awesome. So I really like that approach that you're taking with the businesses that you help, because first things first, a lot of what people do, a lot of what our industry does is just the short-term tactical marketing. So they're going for the one hit. They're going for the initial bump in sales, and then after that, they abdicate all responsibility, right? Whereas I think that the digital marketers who have the understanding and the business acumen to realize that, hey, you know what? Even if we got them a little bump in the sales this week, what are we going to do for them next week? It's all about what have you done for me lately, right? So really trying to build and scale out a model, a marketing system on the online platforms for consistent, regular, repeat business. So how, John, do we go about doing that for our customers? And what are some of the steps that you take initially to do that?
Okay, so it's a really good question, a couple of really good questions there. I think that what we need to do is we need to solve problems for our customers. So, and it's very unique because what one customer or business may have will be very different to another. A lot of businesses are online at the moment, so we've got to try and figure out what is the psychological buying pathways, where are their customers, where are their prospects, what makes their buying decisions happen, the trigger points. Right. So when we understand that, we can start to create a bit of a plan for what we should be doing. Then what we need to look at is where is the business today? Has it got short-term pain cycles in cash flow, margin creation, and profitability? Or has it got the ability to invest a bit further into the future? So what we might do is for some businesses that have got near-term pain cycle issues, cash flow issues, we would do a lot more short-term investment cycles to drive cash, to drive sales and cash. Okay. And then we would step into a more balanced approach. Because I'm not an advocate of just tactical marketing in the short term. Because when all we're doing is getting people on the merry-go-round, getting a short-term outcome, and us making money, we're not doing the right thing by our customers. So then it's about having that medium to long-term plan. But depending on the cycle of the business, depends on what we do and how we do it.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. Having a balanced approach to digital marketing, and really thinking about the ins and outs of the business, who their customers are, creating that customer avatar, as we've talked about. You guys will probably hear this a lot in our meetings, our videos. The customer avatar, our ideal and likely buyers, who we're talking about. Somebody that has a need for your service and will not only use it, but will love it and will tell other people about it. That's really the ideal customer that we want to find for all of our customers. So, John, when it comes to creating that longer strategy, what are some of the things that you do to help develop that system?
So the first things first is we step into an assessment, trying to understand what's their sales cycle look like, their lead generation look like, from what pathways is traditional revenue being sourced from. Right. So we can start to assess. What we're not trying to do is recreate the wheel in existing revenue streams. Right. So we want to add layers of revenue.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're not just taking what they've done in traditional and throw it into digital and hope that it works.
Look, it doesn't. Anyone in the digital marketing space knows that if all you do, and you know it, that was a great lead, if all you do is just grab the traditional marketing and place it onto digital, it's going to fail. And this is one of the reasons why there's significant failure in digital marketing or social media marketing, because a lot of people, they just get their traditional marketing pathways or traditional marketing thinking, take it to digital and think they can be successful, might hit the boost button and it just does not deliver what the desired result.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. And that's why when you guys are looking for a digital marketing company, look for some of these key ideas that we're talking about here. Because if somebody is just saying, well, what are you doing now? Let's just do more of that, except we'll take your coupon or your offer and we'll put it onto Facebook and that should work for you. It's not going to. Because we're talking about connecting with your ideal and likely buyer, right? And to make that connection, there has to be some kind of relationship. There has to be some thought put into the marketing campaign and into your overall brand strategy. So
the other thing is that when you talk about, say, Facebook as an example versus Google as an example, so Google is an intent model. So people, when they're searching for something, they're intentionally looking for something. Right? So we're looking to solve a problem today, and we type into the Google query, and then we will get search queries back to try and resolve that particular problem that we are seeking to solve. Yeah. So that's an intent model. Within social media, predominantly Facebook, we're interrupting, the consumer. Okay, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to build awareness and rapport first. We're not trying to sell. And I think that's the biggest difference when we go to social, where we're trying to use the engine and we're trying to force the approach earlier. And the reason we're doing that is because when businesses, we're so stuck in the cycle of where we are and we're looking for short-term solutions, what ends up happening there is we try to force the sale, right, in that cycle. Therefore, we're using the intent model, the intention model, such as Google, in Facebook, and it always fails. It always fails because we haven't yet built expertise, authority, trust, reputation, know, like, and trust, and that awareness and branding for that customer to acknowledge us and then convert the sale. Okay, so that we're not making meaningful relationships.
Awesome. Well, John, that has been so packed full of knowledge and so many good things that I know people are going to be able to take away from this and be better for it. So thank you so much for joining us on the YouTube channel. Thanks, John, so much for everything. And we will catch you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up if you liked what you heard. Thanks.